Colonel Fairbank, this is a season for new beginnings. We ask that you would support and encourage him with your spirit and bless him with your strength. I pray for wisdom, truth, and grace in his every decision and command. Father, I pray that you would continue to bless the soldiers and leaders of this great unit. Provide for us and protect us from harm. I also pray for this country and our citizens, the families of these great soldiers. May we never forget the dawning of your grace and blessing upon us. In the name of your Son we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Representing the Brigade, Lieutenant Charles Tabor will be presenting red roses to Mrs. Heather Kuettner, symbolizing her ongoing dedication and devotion to the Brigade. Thank you. The Change of Command ceremony is a simple and traditional event that runs deep in symbolism and heritage. Today's ceremony, as it has throughout history, will capture the transfer of authority and responsibility of command as it transitions from one officer to another. Until modern times, it was not uncommon for warriors in the field to be unable to identify or to recognize their leaders. A formal change of command ceremony such as today's afforded them the opportunity to witness the proceedings and, perhaps more importantly, to see at close range their new leader. The change of command ceremony has survived as an integral part of military heritage up to this day, passed down directly through the Continental Army of the United States. Today's ceremony continues that warrior heritage as we pay homage to the departing commander and publicly demonstrate our loyalty to the new. The transfer of the colors is significant in many ways because the history, traditions, and accomplishments of the 4th Brigade are embodied in it. Even though soldiers come and go and commanders change, the colors remain. With this transfer, the unit's legacy is passed as a building block for future performance and achievement. Historically, a unit's colors served as the point around which soldiers rallied as they move forward into battle. The colors have traditionally been at the side of the commander and were carried forward even when the commander fell in combat. All others may perish, but the colors live on. At this time, Command Sergeant Major Darnell Rambert will assist with the change of command. The senior NCO of the organization is traditionally responsible for maintenance and care of the colors. Now, Command Sergeant Major Rambert passes the unit colors to the outgoing commander, Colonel Kuettner, signifying the unit's appreciation for his leadership and guidance. Colonel Kuettner passes the brigade colors to Brigadier General Kokaska, signifying the relinquishing of his command and gratitude for the opportunity to lead soldiers. General Kokaska then passes the colors to the incoming commander, Colonel Fairbank, entrusting him with the responsibility and care of the unit. In accordance with AR 600-20, paragraph 3-4, the undersigned assumes command of the 4th Brigade Military Intelligence 102nd Training Division Maneuver Support, effective 26 June 2022. Signed, Gregory H. Fairbank, Colonel, Military Intelligence, United States Army Reserve, commanding. Colonel Fairbank passes the colors back to Command Sergeant Major Rambert, signifying his trust and confidence in the leaders and soldiers of the brigade. This is Command Sergeant Major Rambert's first act of allegiance to the new brigade commander. Ladies and gentlemen, General James Kokaska.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This might be the earliest Sunday morning change of command I ever attended, but I appreciate everyone getting up early this morning. We kind of snuck in the middle of the night here, and we haven't been here but about 6 hours. But, right, Sergeant Major? Maybe we got here 7 hours ago. But it was a nice run this morning, even though it was raining. I didn't know it even rained in Arizona, but I guess it's been one of those weeks. Soldiers, leaders, families, friends of the 102nd Training Division, thank you for joining us here today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for this great ceremony and very important change of command. It's an honor and a privilege for me to stand here before you today as the commander of the 102nd Training Division and to serve the soldiers of this great command. Distinguished guests, I first want to recognize Major General Hale, who could not be here this morning, but he has been a great partner to our MI team, our 4th Brigade. He has been always there to answer the call if we needed some assistance, and his leadership and partnership has been unmatched. Special welcome to our family members, Paul's spouse and children. Heather, thanks for coming. And then Addie and Amelia, thank you. I think this is being broadcasted virtually, right? So we got some folks on the end. I'm glad we're back in person. I took command of the division virtually, which was a different program than I'm used to. So it's great to be back in person with everyone also. And Greg Fairbank's spouse Sherry and children Megan and William, we welcome you to the Ozark Division. Some other guests here, the USACO Commandant, thank you, Colonel Simmons, for attending, and Teresa, thank you. Colonel Mike Navarro, thank you for attending. Lieutenant Colonel Manigo, we talked this morning, I don't know if I butchered your last name, but appreciate meeting you, and Sergeant Major Jesse Townsend, thank you. It's an honor for me to preside over a very special ceremony. Today is a very important day as we pause to celebrate the great work of the 4th Brigade Military Intelligence as done under Colonel Paul Kuettner, and we embark on a new chapter with Colonel Greg Fairbank and his family as the command team. The military intelligence career management field is one of 7 in the 102nd Training Division, but very special to me as I have been amazed at the quality of training and professionalism that I have witnessed over the past 2 years visiting Fort Huachuca and some of your classrooms. 4th Brigade has very important charge to train our soldiers and NCOs to win on the battlefield, providing expert intelligence, battlefield assessments, threat strategy, and forming decisive decisions in combat. No small task. On every deployment I've been on, the military intelligence component of the command team has been very important. And as we see the world today, you can understand how important it is now and in the future. So some accomplishments of the 4th Brigade. Graduated approximately 1,000 soldiers in the last 2 years. No small feat. They led the effort. All of our commanders have been trying to evaluate their classes to understand how do we make it tougher, more realistic, and LISCO focused, so large scale combat operations. Some of our classes have had to pivot from a foundational COIN or counterintelligence training platform to a large scale combat operation. And I know that the military intelligence team has done a good job at that. TRADOC accreditation, the military intelligence accreditation, 94%, the best in our division and probably the best in the Army Reserves as we accredited all 6 brigades last year. The 4th Brigade won the Commander's Cup. We have an internal division, Commander's Cup for individual readiness. It's more of an esprit de corps. How do we build readiness in a division? And the 4th Brigade was the winner last year. And from a COVID transition standpoint, all of our leaders have really had to come up with innovative solutions and be flexible. We never stopped training when COVID started. Maybe we had a month to figure out how we were going to resume classrooms, but the folks sitting out here and our team has been consistently delivering training all through COVID, and that has been a learning experience. It's challenged our flexibility and in some cases our innovation. I think at Fort Huachuca we were fairly stable. We moved classes all over the United States as areas became hotspots, and we needed to conduct classes. But I think our MI community was fairly stable. So from that respect, thank you. The partnership with the Merc and the MI regiment has been great. We recently embarked on a training area footprint expansion, which the team at Fort Huachuca has been really awesome in helping us figure that out, and how do we set the conditions for our classes and the Army Reserve training. As you know, we most of our training is all three components. And then enforcing standards. I've done a handful of change of commands, and I try to leave the commanders with maybe my top 5 on what I think are some of my key expectations, because being a commander comes with great responsibility. First off, being an engaged leader, being present, taking on the hard challenges, removing barriers for your unit, and listening to your soldiers and your NCOs and making improvements. We gotta have strong command climates in our Army, in our organization. Fairness, respect, trust, resilient, high standards. That's what I think of when I look at and visit the 4th Brigade. We always take care of our soldiers and our families. We always plan and resource tough, realistic training. The ARPRINT Army Program of Individual Training is our main mission. So that definitely, we cannot fail in delivering that. Sometimes some of our soldiers may only have the MOS transition course before they may find themselves in a combat zone. So don't take lightly the instruction that we provide, or the skills that we are providing, both in our MOS classes and our NCO professional development. And lastly, I never thought I would say this, but when I left Fort Bragg, my battalion commander said, "Hey, what's your end strength and what are you doing to recruit people?" And I was a new captain in the reserves, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Why don't we just call HRC and ask them I didn't understand how critical in the reserve and guard the recruiting and retention component is. As everyone knows, end strength has been a challenge, and recruiting retention is top of mind. So it's commander business, and we got to get after it. So the 102nd Training Division, I wear 2 hats. One is the division commander, but I'm also the Reserve Affairs Deputy at Fort Leonard Wood for Major General Bonner at the Maneuver Support Center Excellence, kind of like there's a Center of Excellence here at Fort Huachuca. So, but going back to the 102nd Division, as I study the history of the Ozark Division and their incredible accomplishments in World War II, 194 days of consecutive combat in harsh conditions throughout northern France and Germany. We're constantly reminded of the great responsibility that we've been entrusted with by the American people. The ever-changing world has proven to be a dangerous place, and the soldiers of the 102nd and our Army stand ready to do our part. The Army's greatest asset is our people. Intelligent, adaptable, professional soldiers who never fail. We develop these characteristics in our training platform, and it's paramount that we deliver the best. Paul, thanks for your dedication the last 2 years. You have overcome unprecedented challenges delivering our current mission. You've made great strides in delivering training in the face of COVID and building Army readiness. I thank you for that. You planted seeds for creating the future of our course curriculum here and the military intelligence training environment. When I think of Paul, I think of 3 characteristics. One is a caring leader. Paul is always looking out for the soldiers in his command, trying to get the best or make sure that they have the best opportunity to succeed. Second, Paul's a detailed planner. So never does Paul show up to an event without having done some research and formulated what I would call a well thought out detailed plan. And finally, a relationship builder. At the brigade level, relationships are critical. Relationships build trust and trust builds teams, and that's important. And Paul, you've done a great job, so thank you. Look forward to working with you. Paul's moving up to our higher headquarters, the 80th Training Command in Virginia, where he'll be working on as part of the staff there. And Colonel Greg Fairbank, congratulations on your selection to command. You're definitely the right choice. We're happy to have you on board. Greg's no stranger to the 4th Brigade and the task community. He's built a strong reputation and has served as a battalion commander as well as other assignments in the operational world with the MERC. I look forward to working with you, and we have very high expectations of what you'll accomplish. I know you'll lead with competence, humility, and a steady hand. Commanding an organization at any level is an honor and a privilege. Make sure your unit is always ready and be humble and compassionate in your command approach. I commend the great accomplishments of the unit and the leaders celebrated here today, and we look forward to the exciting times ahead. Finally, most importantly, to the soldiers of the 4th Brigade, military intelligence, your reputation is known far and wide, and the work you're doing is critical to the readiness of the U.S. Army. Never rest on good enough, always strive to be the best. I ask us all here today to do me a favor and sometime today say a silent prayer for our brothers and sisters who are deployed away from their family in harm's way. We look forward to their safe return, and for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, our nation is forever grateful. Thank you all for attending today. God bless you and your family. Ozark Division leads the way.
Thank you, General Kokaska. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Paul L. Kuettner.
Thank you, Captain Hoffman. Good morning, General Kokaska, Colonel Simmons, Colonel Navarro, Colonel Minago, Sergeant Major Lamberson, Sergeant Major Townsend, friends, special guests, and the soldiers of the 4th Brigade. Also, I'd like to recognize Sergeant Major Justine Marshall, retired, and Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Strong, retired. Thanks for joining us here today. Glad to have you with us. Over the past week, I've had a chance to speak with most of you about the impact you've had on the brigade over the past couple years and the legacy that you're continuing to build. Over the past few days, I've really had a chance to reflect on the past 2 years of command. Leading 4th Brigade has been quite an honor. When I changed command with Colonel Stephen Allen 2 years ago, we handed over a virtual guide on Microsoft Teams. And today, Greg, I'm thankful that we got to do this in person. Our brigade has come a long way since COVID shut down our schoolhouse in the spring of 2020. But we found a way to quickly reopen the brigade. We found a way to win in a COVID environment. And we found a way to tackle our brigade's mission and come back stronger than ever before. Our brigade has accomplished quite a bit over the past 2 years, over the past several years. The 102nd has recognized us as the best brigade in the division for readiness 2 years in a row. We successfully reaccredited our military intelligence schoolhouse with a score of 94.7%, again, the highest in the division. We've recruited, trained, and certified dozens of instructors, and our brigade has produced 2 of the 80th Training Command's Instructors of the Year, one of which that went on to become the Army Reserve Instructor of the Year. We ran 10 courses out of our schoolhouse here, conducted almost 75 classes in the past 2 years, and graduated over 1,000 students. We are modernizing our schoolhouse and building the capacity to increase our mission annually by 20%. And with the help of the entire brigade, we're going to train an additional 150 soldiers per year, while building readiness and warfighting capability across the active duty, National Guard, and the Army Reserve. Not only do we do great things, but I would also contend that we did things the right way. We did it the right way by fostering a healthy command climate, treating each other with dignity and respect, and empowering our frontline leaders and driving a winning culture. General Kokaska, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to lead a brigade under your command. I've appreciated your leadership, and your support to our brigade's mission. Sergeant Major Justine Marshall. I'd like to think I actually did a good job. In our 1st Division Command Update brief together back in August of 2020, you told me that I actually did a good job. And I remember asking you, what do you mean by actually? What were you expecting out of me? When we first started working together, we both knew that we'd click right away. That we'd work well together when we talk about processes, root causes, nitro cold brew coffee. And I knew that a year later that we were firing on all cylinders when you greeted me with an ice-cold Yuengling beer at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, after a long day of travel. Much of the brigade's success has been because of you. It was an honor to serve with you during the first 19 months of my command and to be a part of the final chapter of your career in the military. I just hope I'm not the reason that you retired. Thank you for everything. Sergeant Major Darnell Rambert, you've been my right-hand man over the past 5 months, and even prior to becoming the Brigade Command Sergeant Major. You were someone I could count on as a sounding board from the battalion perspective. You seamlessly picked up where Justine left off and brought with you best practices from the top battalion within the entire division for readiness. And you're able to apply those best practices at the division level, at the brigade level. Your steadfast leadership, critical mind, and inspiring presence has served us well over the past few months, and you'll continue to serve the brigade in the next couple of years under the leadership of Colonel Greg Fairbank. Thank you so much for everything you've done. While every commander needs a great senior enlisted advisor, I would argue that you have to have a great senior officer advisor as well. My Deputy Commander, Colonel Matt Avery, you've done just that. As a former battalion commander, your experience has been invaluable as my deputy and as a sounding board over the past year, not only to myself, but to the staff and to the fellow battalion commanders here. We first served together about 30 years ago at West Point. Actually, we will have 3 days from now will be 30 years since we first reported to our day. It's been an honor to serve with you again, Matt. Thank you so much for everything. To the headquarters and staff, you've done a fantastic job providing the resources to allow the 4th Brigade Schoolhouse and our battalions to succeed. You've provided me the right information at the right time to allow me to make the best decisions on the direction of our brigade. You've always found a way to make order out of chaos and make the brigade stronger. Thank you so much. And for our instructors, our brigade cannot do its mission without you. The feedback that we get from our students at our end-of-course surveys truly reflect the dedication and commitment that you put into the mission. You've inspired our future military intelligence leaders to prepare their units to fight and win the nation's next conflict. And to our battalions, you've provided top-notch talent to our brigade's training mission. You've recruited, trained, and certified the Army's best instructors, and you continue to press with your innovative solutions to training and getting results. And to my family, thank you for your support, encouragement, and perspective over the past 2 years. Balancing the civilian career, the Army Reserve, being a family man is a challenge, but through the highs and lows, I always knew that you had my back. I'm looking forward to bringing our family more back into balance again and going on vacations where I don't have to bring my work computer with me and my work phone. I'll certainly miss this. I'll certainly miss this job. I'll certainly miss Brigade Command, but not necessarily all the extra hours. But in all seriousness, I'll miss the soldiers of the 4th Brigade. This was the most professionally rewarding assignment I've had in 26 years. I've learned so much from all of you, and I hope to carry those things forward when I join the 80th Training Command headquarters as their G2 starting tomorrow. You all are getting a great leader in Colonel Greg Fairbank, a true intel warrior. Greg, this is your brigade now. Take care of these soldiers, and they will take care of the mission. Challenges still lay ahead, and I'm confident that you will lead this unit to knock down any obstacles that get in the way. I see nothing but success for you in command and for the soldiers of 4th Brigade. The motto of military intelligence is always out front, and 4th Brigade will continue to lead the way. Stone Cold, strike first. Medusa 6 out.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 4th Brigade, Colonel Gregory H. Fairbank.
General Kokaska, Colonel Simmons, Colonel Navarro, Colonel Monago, Command Sergeant Major Lambertson, Command Sergeant Major Townsend, Command Sergeant Major Hilton, Command Sergeant Major Marshall, Colonel Kuettner's family, and incredible soldiers of the brigade. First, I'd like to extend the greetings of my family, my wife Sherry, and my daughter Megan are off at a lacrosse tournament this weekend. My son is on a Boy Scout hike training for a trip to Philmont this summer, and New York Boy Scouts. It's quite an event. They are eager at all to meet you, and soldiers of the 4th Brigade, you'll hear me say, families comes first. It is great to be back in the brigade. As noted, I spent 3 years here as a battalion commander and spent a year as a Brigade 3. It was a great experience, and it's terrific to come back. Paul, I cannot thank you enough for the incredibly warm reception you've given me since the command slate was released. You've been nothing but proactive and communicative, ramping me up on the brigade. Thank you, Paul. I wish you the best, absolute best of luck in your new role at the ADF.
That's a little token, I'm gonna wrap it, token of my appreciation. Thank you.
It's a good one. Just a few quick comments to the incredible team in the 4th Brigade. It's great to be back. My 5 years away has proved that this mission is more important than ever. I look forward to working you all over the next 2 years. You are true professionals, and I am so incredibly honored to serve with you, and it is great to return to be a part of this team. In conclusion, Colonel Kuettner, thank you for your hard work. It is clear that you have made an incredible impact. Soldiers of the brigade, you have my deep respect for your service and the work that you do. All policies remain in effect. Let's get back to work training the best out of my soldiers in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Fairbank. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the MI-4 March, the singing of the Army song, and remain standing for the departure of the official party.
Sing our song, we're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army